I'm Fletcher Brown with another artist video blog here at KIX96country.com. Now, our guest is returning to KIX96. She's been here before, about 2 years ago. She came and visited us. Please welcome the return of Bailey James.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for letting me return.
Well, I mean,
that's a feat in itself.
Well, I mean, your first visit was, I mean, it was truly remarkable. You were 16.
Yeah.
You were new to music. You'd written like this really, really beautiful song, and you were taking it around and you were learning what it means to be an artist and to do a radio tour and to travel. And anybody who caught Bailey's first visit to KIX96 and caught that video blog and has followed her on social media before, you realize that she is 100% the social media queen. She's all over everything,
gosh.
all over the TikTok and the Instagram. I don't even think you really use Facebook, but your generation seemed to have moved well past like Facebook.
Well, I do use Facebook, but for me, it's like to show my family everything I want to show my family. So like graduation pictures and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, and you don't shy away really from anything. It's like, there's all kinds of moments with your dad,
Yeah. Me and my mom started making TikTok dances together.
I've seen, I think there was one I saw recently where you guys, like, was there like a wading pool or something out in the yard, you and your mom? There was something outside.
We did an Ice Ice Baby. We did a rendition of that, and it got blocked in a country we have no idea why.
Well, it's probably because it was Ice Ice Baby.
Yeah, probably.
It was probably the song. All right, so now you've got a brand new project.
I do.
Or you got a brand new single.
Yes,
all right.
Finally Free.
Yes, I was going to say, it's like Finally Free. It's like, what is that in reference to? Because I remember your birthday passed, and then you made a big deal about, your birthday and all that. You're 18 now. And so apparently it was a huge turning point for you, or at least it seemed to be that way watching your social media. It seemed to be like it was like a huge moment for you in a lot of ways. So talk to us a little bit about the Finally Free and what that means and where you are now in your career.
Yeah, I wrote that after a breakup, actually, about a day after. And so I was on my way to the right, and we had planned the right way beforehand. I couldn't cancel it. I wouldn't cancel it. And I remember not wanting to be there, and my dad being like, you have to go. You have to write this all out. Like, you got to feel it all out. And that's where Finally Free was born. But it wasn't even more about the breakup, more about me transforming kind of into myself. I've been in music so long, made so many songs, that I wanted people to know when I turned 18, like, I am growing up and I'm growing into myself. I know who I am and who I want to be, because I've gone through many different changes and just genres and stuff like that. I've released a lot of music, and now I've found myself. So Finally Free is that for me.
Okay.
That's what I want to sing and who I want to be.
Okay. Well, then in the 2 years since you've been here, I mean, obviously COVID was a big deal for everybody. It defined the last year of our lives.
Yeah.
What did that mean for you? I mean, how did COVID impact? I mean, you're young, so I mean, time is 100% on your side. But I mean, a lot of my artist friends and songwriter friends were denied the ability to go out and perform and connect with their fans, like personally, face to face. How did you contend with that? I mean, what did the time of COVID, what did that mean for you?
It was a very creative time for me. So I got to writing, and I wrote so much music. I released singles too. I released a few different singles and kind of played around with my music and genres. As I said, one was more bluesy and soulful. And so I was kind of exploring my music and exploring my creativity, but music-wise, I couldn't do shows, but I always have done lives on Instagram, lives on Facebook. And that's you don't have that in-person connection, but for COVID, it was really, really good. So I would go live often and talk to everyone and tell them how I'm doing, what I'm doing. And I think that brought some comfort to people. I mean, it was comfortable for me to see everyone else also going through it.
Absolutely. It was amazing to me, the impact that social media had, like just this medium here that we're using, this, this is Zoom.
Yeah.
And so much business was done this way, and people just keeping up with family members who live far away. And as far as with artists, I was amazed at all the artists who quickly learned to adapt and use this technology and these platforms to keep those connections.
It was amazing
with one another and the audience.
Yeah, it really kind of, I mean, I still use Zoom to this day for different music things and different interviews, and it changed music a little bit and how music works. I think it's super cool.
Okay. All right. So I see you got your guitar, and it's, you know, your fingers are burning, so you probably want to play.
My fingers are burning.
You're probably wanting to play Finally Free. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm going to play Finally Free.
Okay. Well, Bailey James is a returning guest to KIX96 Country and the KIX96 artist video blog. And here she is now with her current single, Finally Free.
I was so terrified, too scared to say goodbye. I didn't ever want to be alone, so I let you run my life to keep you from running now. Wish you would have let me go a long time ago, 'cause you broke my heart into pieces, babe. I'm finally free, babe. I'm finally free. You only much of a sky, babe, as gone as you are, babe. I'm finally free. Now I'm high as a kite again, out here with all my friends. Can't believe I've been away for so long. And darling, I see you creeping on a story like I don't know. If I'm being honest, I just kinda wanna call you to the bone, 'cause you broke my heart into pieces, babe. I'm finally free, babe. I'm finally free. You only much of a sky, babe, as gone as you are, babe. I'm finally free. You broke my heart into pieces, babe. I'm finally free, babe. I'm finally free. You only much of a scar, babe, as gone as you are, babe. I'm finally free, 'cause you broke my heart into pieces, babe. I'm finally free, babe. I'm finally free.
Wow. You know, one of my favorite things is when a young artist comes to me and plays new music, and then time goes by and I see them again and I say, wow, they've actually gotten better than when I first met them. Absolutely. I mean, and that's a good thing. That's, you know, that just means that you've grown and you've evolved, and it's clear, it's obvious. So I think that everybody who is coming to Bailey James right now and will hear that song and they'll be floored. I think they're gonna love every bit of it. That's a really, really beautiful song.
Thank you. Yeah, it's my favorite song I've ever written. And I was gonna say, actually, the other day somebody showed me the interview that we had done. They showed me the video of me playing "I Feel a Sin," and they were like, "I listen to this all the time." And I had forgotten that I had even recorded that. It was so amazing to see just the past and how far everything has come. So thank you for that.
Thank you for coming back. Now, for folks who are only seeing you for the first time right here on KIX96country.com or listening here on the air, how do they find you? What's your social media, website, and all that?
Yeah, you can find me everywhere, Bailey James Gang, on Instagram, on Facebook. My website's Bailey James Gang, TikTok, all that good stuff.
Absolutely. And she's active on all of those platforms, so
Yes,
you will never be bored. You know, she goes live like all the time. Like all the time. Like usually my Instagram notifications pop up as like, Bailey James has another live video. I'm like, oh, another one? You know, seriously. She wakes up from a nap and she goes live.
I go live.
Yeah, but that's just what you do, and that's how your fans keep up with you. Speaking of fans, now that COVID's over, and now that folks, well, I won't say over, but now that people are feeling more comfortable getting out and doing things, do you have any big tour plans, like as far as performances?
Yes, I am planning on touring. I have a new band who I'm really excited about.
Okay.
316. Those are my boys. So we are going to be touring a lot more, and you can find all those tour dates at Bailey James Gang, my Instagram.
All right.
And he told you I post all the time.
All the time, like all the time. Bailey, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
All right, and don't wait 2 years in a pandemic to come back and see us again.
I won't. I promise.
Okay. I'm Fletcher Brown, and our guest is Bailey James. Go to all of the media sources. Finally Free is the single. You're welcome to request it here at KIX96. We'll be happy to play it for you. We'll see you next time on another artist video blog. KIX96 Country.